Yo, what up guys? It's Neighborhood Gearhead. Today I'm making the video about all the performance mods I've done to this Mustang. Starting from the back, I have the Pypes Violator Xpipe exhaust. It's 2.5 inches from the cat's back and it has black tips. What I love about this exhaust is it cuts down on the raspiness of the 4.0 without taking away the crackle. Jeez. You still get the tone, you still get the nice sound, and it's perfectly dailyable. I have a JLT 3.5 inch intake. It's a cold air intake, and it actually comes with a box that goes around it. So when you close the hood, the padding from the hood makes contact with the box and seals it off. So yeah, the intake, I actually got it used on eBay. On American Muscle, they go from around $200 to $300, but you know, we're on a budget here on Neighborhood Gearhead. I didn't want to pay that much. The only thing is, you will need a tune to install the intake. I know this from personal experience because I installed the intake and the car was running super lean. You don't want that. This thing was in like limp mode. I also have a Megan Racing front strut bar. Now this mod was really awesome because it ties the front strut towers together. And on a car like this, you will really notice it. It improved the ride quality, the steering feel. It makes it an overall better handling car. Plus, it looks kind of cool, you know? You get a little shiny piece when you open the hood. So getting down to the tires are probably the most important part when it comes to performance mods because this is what transfers all your power to the ground. When I first bought these wheels, they came on some all-season tires. And you know, they were good, they did the job. But once I got these Toyo tires, I felt the difference. It felt like a race car. I was like, this thing was hooking. I was like, Jesus. Suspension is also one of the best mods you can do to your car. From the factory, this Mustang has a live axle and McPherson strut for the front. So, you know, it's not the best setup. With the live axle, this car tends to have a lot of wheel hop. And the best way you can eliminate that is with some lower control arms. Mine are by Umi Performance, but as long as you get any kind of rear control arms better than the stock ones, you'll feel the improvement fast. We also have the SCT X4 tuner. It's a simple tuner where you can flash the ECU and you can immediately unlock some power. It's really awesome. I went through Bama. They gave me a 93 race tune, 87 performance. Not only can you change the tune on your car, you can also set the parameters. So if you want to raise your red line, which I did on this car, I raised it from 5980 to 6250. Just that little bit more of rev range really it makes the car so much more fun to drive. You can look at your intake temps, your oil pressure, oil temperature, speed, engine speed, whatever you want. It's crazy. You can data log with it, so if you really want to try to, you know, go RobDom and give yourself a custom tune, you very well can. It's a super cool device. They are kind of pricey, but I was able to get mine off of a friend for about 200 bucks. I saved the one I probably used the most out of all of these for last, and that will be my short shifter by MGW. This short shifter, oh man, I'm so glad I put it in. I remember when I first got this car, when I was learning how to shift from second to third, the throws were so long, I would hit my fingers on the freaking air conditioning or on the radio. The throws were that long and I was like, oh, this is freaking bothering me. The shifter makes driving this car just a little bit more fun, you know? You get to hear that click clack every time you shift it into gear. I don't miss gears like I used to. I always used to miss third to second on the downshift, or I used to miss second to third. I don't miss it anymore. That's what I've done with all these mods, guys. All these mods have made this car a better daily driver, a fun daily driver that's not as slow as it used to be.